Gross.
Yes.
Pirates A.
Random starts, yes.
Ahoy, matey. Welcome
Ahoy,
to...
mignoy.
Ahoy, matey. Welcome to...
Oh, Brett, did you listen to that album I sent you this morning?
No, I can't listen to music at work anymore. Or have earbuds in general, and I'm genuinely depressed about that.
What did you send him?
Here, let me find it again. Just so I make sure I get it right.
John, you can just go back to the beginning.
I sent him,
The beginning for me was a terrible spot. It was right in behind the corner of that, so I couldn't go that way or that way, and now I'm stuck here.
I
John,
sent
you
him.
can... Okay.
Okay. I sent him Waffle House Jukebox Favorites Volume 1 from 1999.
I don't
Why
know what
would
that
I
is.
listen to that?
Waffle
But
House
cool.
Jukebox Favorites. So Waffle House has a record label, and they've been putting out music since the 80s. They put out a song last year.
Oh, good lord.
Why?
And all of them are just about how great it is to go to Waffle House.
I mean, I like Waffle House just as much as the next person, probably not named Jeremy or Brandon or John. But, like...
I love Waffle House.
I said probably.
Never been there. I'd love it though.
No! No! No!
So
Dos.
we need to test that, Brett. We need to go
Test
to a
what?
Waffle House.
Oh. I
So
would, except
it's-
there's absolutely zero near me.
I don't know if there's any near me.
It's like a southeast thing, so probably not.
Maybe Alaska has one.
Filipino thing.
They have everything. Even minorities.
Do they have
Oh.
water parks?
My.
Jeremy.
Probably not in Alaska. Jeremy, just use more power.
I have been steadily, and that plank is the end of every attempt still.
Just get good.
Just,
So,
yeah, just
so
get
use
over
a lot
there.
more power.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm down here.
You're over the plank.
This is where I end up every time and make it.
Yeah,
fun.
same.
Or one shot after. Wow.
Just hop on up here.
Couldn't get it up.
All right, so Waffle House Records' most listened to song is called "There Are Raisins in My Toast," with 69,000 listens.
Nice.
What
and then we got-
crackhead would willingly listen to this?
Oh, it's in the jukeboxes at the Waffle Houses. That's what it's for. So you can listen to songs
Again.
about how great Waffle House is while you're at Waffle House.
Again, what crackhead would willingly listen to this?
Brandon.
And then
Oh,
they got
yeah,
a song
but,
called
like-
Waffle Doo Wop.
Oh, gosh.
They've got 844,000.
Oh, collisions are on. I finally
just
made it there.
Hit all of us off. Freaking Brett.
Collisions are not on.
It sends me all the way back.
Somebody hit us off.
There's
Yeah,
a song
'Cause
called-
we
I
were
was just
fine.
there, and I was like getting ready to take my shot. Oh shoot!
Me too.
Oh,
Collisions aren't on because somebody went right through me earlier.
They have to
Well, once you take your
Jeremy
first
and I
shot,
just
then
explained.
you're considered in play.
Oh, so collisions are on?
Probably. I don't know, I didn't check. I just selected whatever settings we used last time and went from it.
wait,
Oh, they
it
got a
messed
song
me
called
up.
Special Lady.
Why did I get sent all the way back to the beginning again?
John, do you keep hitting circle?
No.
I'm gonna play Waffle House music through my
be. Please don't play Waffle House music.
I'm playing it through my headphones. Oh, it's country. Never mind. It's country.
See,
music.
I was right. Brandon is the exact kind of crackhead that would just listen to Waffle House music.
I told you
That's
I've
fair.
been on a. I told you. I told you like an hour ago that I've been on this personal quest to figure out what bad music is.
Yeah. I'm sure
And I
that's
found-
what you tell yourself as you thoroughly enjoy this Waffle House music.
Dude, I had
And the
never heard
crack.
it. I had never heard it. I had never heard it. I didn't know what it was. I just knew that it existed, and then I pressed play. And when the guy started singing, I said, "Oh, it's country," and turned it off.
I've heard that description before.
Yeah, that's what my dad said about me yesterday.
I'm gonna listen to Ninja Sex Party.
Sounds like something a crackhead would say.
Yeah, and I see a lot of them every day.
You do.
Mm-hmm. And a
I
furry.
try to be one.
You saw furry? There's furries in Effingham.
Yes, actually, Stan is considering putting in litter boxes in the bathrooms for the furries.
What?
Mm-hmm.
That is so retarded.
Matt Tiernan is considering it as well.
Okay,
Or sorry,
do-
the tune.
they do realize that furries don't actually think they're animals, right?
The furries
John.
nowadays.
Oh
that-
no, John.
What is
I'm threading
happening?
on
Wait.
the edge of
John
glory.
is
No,
laying
you're-
down on the wall.
You're sitting on the wall to us.
You are you are Spider-Man.
Yep.
John, shoot.
I heard somebody explain this the other day.
For a crab
There you
man.
go.
There's something called otherkin, which is a sexual orientation where people think they're animals. And then there's furries, which is a sexual fetish of pretending to be an animal. They don't actually think they're animals. They get off on
Right.
dressing like one. So
Right.
like, any furry would say, "No, don't give me a litter box. That's stupid. I'm not a dog."
Whoa, someone just, yeah, collisions are 100 billion% on.
Right, but Brandon, you have to remember, this is junior high. The kids just want attention. They're probably on meth, and their parents don't give an absolute crap about what they do or say. And then, so they just go around and use their dad's credit card to buy whatever the hell they want. And then they go to A1 and try to buy stuff, and then I kick them out, and then they get pissed. And then the cops come to me saying I threatened them. And then, next thing you know, they're putting litter boxes in the preschools.
That's that's a silly
And that was
if I
only
ever heard
Monday.
one. Man, you really did have a hell of a week, didn't you?
I tell you what,
Dude,
Brett,
you're
get
Optimus
out of the
Priming.
business.
Brandon, you have been all day for me.
Customer service business does not suit us well.
Does not suit
Get it.
sane people well.
Does not suit anyone well.
I am glad, beyond glad, that I don't have to talk to customers at my job.
It's good to have the experience for a little while so you can get a good taste of what the real world is like. But if you keep going, you don't need to keep that taste in your mouth. You should change the taste.
Well, I don't know if I even agree with saying it's good to do customer service so you know what the real world is like, because the real world isn't customer service. It's not what 90% of people end up in.
Not
I
customer
think
no, but
service,
John
you-
means
to
the
talk to
people interaction. Yeah.
Yeah,
Talking to different people from all around is that.
and learning
My
exactly
dad touches me.
to what degree people are absolute soulless dicks.
And how to endure it, not to just be able to
thanks.
leave the
Brett,
situation on
You just killed me.
Ah, and I got touched. Oh, never mind. Jeremy,
Whoa,
where are you
I saw
going?
someone jumping around
That's Jeremy.
right after I made my shot. The,
Jeremy, what are
the
you
camera went
doing?
crazy. It cut to Jeremy's and the camera went crazy.
Just living my best
that.
life.
I can't believe that shot worked.
You know, I don't claim to understand how I do it.
It just happened.
I just know that I do. Oh, this is,
Oh,
there's like a
okay.
whole thing here, okay.
That should be our like a Game Grumps animated, the bedtime gaming story, whatever, animated.
I want to see a bedtime
Like-
gaming animated for Brett's Tutankhamun ankle.
No, for what Jeremy just said. Jeremy, repeat what you just said. Oh, there's like a whole thing. So the animated is gonna be Jeremy walking with a golf club and pointing at the hole and being like, "Oh, there's like a whole thing."
And then it could pan to like Brandon like bending over to place his ball down, and Jeremy's like looking right at Brandon.
And then it's gonna cut to anything I say,
Uh,
and we're all just gonna look really stoned in the video.
It's gonna cut to you describing the animation,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
and
narrating.
then it will show the animator drawing exactly what you're describing,
Animated.
Yeah, and it's gonna be like
Just
some
like-
chubby dude.
looking really frustrated every time you add something to your description.
Yeah, getting like sweaty, and their neck beard getting all something up.
Right.
Brandon, let's
Yeah?
be
What?
civil here.
How did I just get knocked out of bounds?
I just smacked you really hard.
I was using the camera to look at where I was going.
That's been my strategy since Collision is on, is if somebody's near me, I just freaking hit them.
Poor guy.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh.
crab no one up there.
are you guys watching me?
Yeah, me
Yeah.
and Brett both got in the hole like a full minute ago.
See, unlike some people, Brandon and I are really good at finishing really fast with really good results.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Yeah.
that sounds like you're not satisfying her.
Why would I take 7 minutes when I could take 2?
Exactly.
Oh, you knocked me in!
Yeah, of course I was gonna get you in.
And besides,
Yeah.
who cares what women think? As long as they're in the kitchen, they're happy.
1,
As long as they
Two.
have something to clean,
Oh.
it's fine.
4, 5, 6.
Are you
7.
counting the amount of subscribers I'm losing after Brett just said that?
No, it's just suddenly 2 minutes doesn't seem so short now, does it?
What?
What are you?
I was
What?
Huh?
counting seconds.
Whoa.
Oh,
Why?
because
Well-
of the insinuation of being a fast sex haver.
Yeah, of finishing too
Oh,
quickly.
What's the conversation?
I don't know anymore. I'm getting a beer. Screw this.
Are you guys sure you're not on the berries?
I never touched the stuff.
We'll take that, sex haver.
Come
Yeah.
on. Suck benefits.
I've never lost my virginity because I never lose.
Can't have a virginity if you never got it in the first place.
Ooh.
How does that work?
I was raised Catholic. I don't know.
No, you weren't.
Shut up, it's my joke. I can ruin it if I want to.
Well,
Oh, thank you, John.
you
That,
knocked me out of bounds when I was gonna go in.
you knocked me right in the hole when I was gonna go out of bounds.
So it's an even trade then.
No, it's not at all. I
How?
just stole his freaking, like,
No.
getting in.
I meant
His-
it's literally an even trade because he got what you were getting and you got what he was getting.
Now, how
Yeah,
in the
which
Uppy
was a
Dog does
good
that
and a
happen?
bad thing.
So
Which
it
was
an even
completely
trade.
through
No, it's a
malevolence
completely
because he
one-sided
because he
trade.
messed up his shot and I did the correct shot.
No,
I
it
was going in
it
and
was-
he was missing because he messed up and I didn't mess up.
It was by definition an even trade. Because
No,
you
it's-
By
got
what
exactly
definition?
what he was going to get, and he got exactly what you were going to
That's
get.
not an
It
even
was by
trade.
No, because we
definition
weren't going
even.
to get the same things.
Because
we
we
were going
didn't
to get
get-
drastically different things.
That's not how a trade works. That's not how an even trade works at all.
Yes, it is. That's exactly how an even trade works.
No, it just means
That's
that
how
we
an even
both
trade
got
works.
something that belonged to the other person.
If a burglar goes into a store and stumbles on a jewelry item that's owned by the store, he deserves the item because the store was going to sell it to him anyway. They had an even trade. That doesn't
No.
make sense.
Well, no, because the store didn't get anything in return.
Exactly. That's why an even trade.
Yeah.
What you're saying is not an even trade.
Yes, it is,
Son
because
of a-
you got something. You got sent out of bounds.
No, the something he
I
got was
lost
nothing.
the ring. I lost the ring I was selling. That's
No.
the analogy.
No,
The
Aw.
What
Jerry
he-
got something. He got in the hole.
I didn't get an
John
even
got
trade.
something. He got sent out of bounds. You
Which
both
is
got
nothing.
something.
He got nothing. He got the
He got an
nothing I
extra
was going to get.
He got an extra stroke on his stroke counter. He got something.
He got
I lost
a
the shot that
complete
I was
loss.
Exactly. He
Mother
got something.
I lost a
Lisa.
shot that I was taking, and he accidentally got
Yeah,
it.
so
because he
so the
took from me,
store
so-
that got stolen from got stolen from. That's what they got. So it's an even trade.
Yeah,
That's not the same thing.
It
they were
is.
gonna sell it anyway.
By even trade, I don't mean you traded two things of the same value.
That's what trade.
That's
means.
what an even trade would be, though.
No. By even,
That's what an even trade would mean even further.
By even trade, I mean
An uneven
you
exchange.
two
Yeah.
perfectly evenly. You two perfectly evenly traded each other's situations with each other.
Right, and the burglar gave the store his a whole bunch of nothing that he had, so it was an even trade.
No, you're missing my point.
No, I'm not. You're,
missing
just
the
wrong.
definition.
You're absolutely missing my point.
You're missing the definition of trade.
Hey, John.
Hey, Brett.
It was a
Okay,
trade. It
Please
just
share
wasn't-
whatever it is you're using. I don't care what it is at this point. I'll drink chlorine.
John, I'm missing the definition of trade, right? Right?
No, you're
Hang
missing
on,
the
Brett.
definition of an
No,
even
hold on,
trade.
Because
Wait, no,
John
everyone
just said
hold
I'm
on.
missing the definition
Brett's,
of trade.
Brett's saying
that's
it
the
like
case.
I'm.
If that's the case, when you and a Dark Souls boss kill each
Wait,
other with
what?
the same hit, why do we call that a trade?
Wait, what are we talking? What? I'm thinking about.
Get in
I'm thinking
this.
about how Brett just said, "What am I on?" Like I'm the one who's insane with what I'm saying here. Jeremy's
No,
agreeing with me.
John,
Yeah,
I said I'll have whatever you're having. I'll do anything at this point.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like I was like insane. Like I'm so
No.
wrong here.
I'm already insane. I don't need more.
Well, I am insane. I'm not trying to deny that, but yeah.
I asked
Oh, please,
myself
can you-
if I was crazy and I responded too fast and I got scared. I don't. What do you want from me?
Sorry. Anyway,
Gorsh.
this one was called Surfer, all in one. Anyway,
So anyway, back to 9/11.
okay.
Wow. Wow.
so anyway, I've been losing terribly, so I don't really even care about like the score or anything.
I haven't been paying
There's
attention.
the funny thing is
I've
there's
been-
some that I did very well.
I've been
like, it's, like,
trying
terrible,
desperately
terrible,
to
and then a few
explain to
well.
Brandon what even means.
No,
Yeah, even-
I don't. I didn't mean by even that you traded something of equal value. I meant by.
But that's
even
what in-
That, no, I meant by even that you perfectly swapped situations with each other.
Yeah, that we did do, but it wasn't
So
an
it was
even
an
trade.
even trade.
No, that's not what that means.
That's exactly what that means.
No, it does not.
That's exactly what that means.
An even trade would mean that we both exchange something of equal value with each other.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
where
each
that,
other's
where that
situations.
term is used.
You traded
Oh, hi, John.
situations. It's even trade.
Hello.
No. Alright, so I'll go find a homeless guy and put him in your apartment, and you can live in his box, and it'll be an even trade. It's a perfect
Yes.
situation swap.
It will. It will.
Totally even.
Trading situations with each other.
I'm starting to
Thank you,
think Brandon
Jeremy.
doesn't know what the definition of an even trade is.
Perfect means perfect.
Perfect means what are you?
Perfect copy means perfect copy. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
My dad works at Nintendo.
Does he?
No. It'd be pretty cool if he did, though.
I think there's something there. Maybe not.
What?
Come on!
What? I beg your pardon?
Did you
I
see
beg your
that?
pardon?
You just like got launched into. Where did Jeremy come from? I was watching John scream and Jeremy just flies in from off screen.
Jeremy sent himself back to the start and then tried to see if he could get to the hole from near the beginning, and that's exactly what he did.
I did. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm glad you were watching, but
Oh, I can't stand.
Wow, what
Sorry,
an even
snuck
trade.
my way. Whoop.
Thanks, Brett. What an even trade. Thanks, Brett. What an even trade.
You backing.
Hold on. Stay right there. Stay right. Brett?
Nah, I'm over here. And now I'm
oh,
over here.
I'm all laughed out now.
Oh, I know, that was funny. Brett! Why am I back here?
You literally almost just hit me in. I'm in a crevice now.
I was so close. I was stopped. Like right here, and it just put me, like, why?
Wonder if we have any Adderall somewhere.
That's illegal.
Not where I'm from.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so's meth, but I can get it anywhere.
It's illegal.
It's only illegal if you get caught.
No, that's not true. Do you know
So you're
the
telling me
definition
that
of
you
illegal?
drive... So you're telling me you drive under the speed limit?
Well, I didn't say that, but I admit that I'm driving over the speed limit.
Right. But... Whatever.
Okay.
Jeremy, hurry up.
Yeah.
Don't rush me.
I have to go
If a bear craps in
downstairs
the wood,
and
is the
get
Pope
cake.
Catholic?
I didn't hear what you said,
If
Brandon.
a bear
I
craps in the
said, if
woods,
a
will
bear
anyone
craps in the
smell it?
woods, is the Pope Catholic?
Well, no, he's Protestant.
I that's what I'm saying.
So no.
Exactly. So it was
Hey.
a trade.
Oh. Wow, we're all doing really badly.
We are.
But I have the highest score.
How?
Well, how did I bounce out of the eye? I got deflected.
I am my dad.
This is fine. This is fine.
This is fine.
I am behind
I
John.
went into the right one because I followed
Yes,
Brett.
no!
This was
Hole
the
in one.
wrong
Hole in
I-
one. Hole in one.
Don't like women.
Really?
No one touch me, please. That would be mean.
That was a really weird.
John,
string of
before you
sentences.
try... John, before you try to swoop in and steal me, I am off the market
Really?
because I'm not putting
That's
myself
not what
on the
I
market.
said. That's not what I said. I
I
just
don't like
said,
women. Nobody
really?
touch me. Oh, Jeremy.
It'll happen.
No, it won't.
It'll happen.
No, it
It's
won't.
literally what I did.
It's not
Jeremy's
gonna
just-
happen.
It'll happen.
Jeremy's just using
It's
too much
not.
of an angle.
It's not
It'll
gonna
happen.
happen.
It'll
It
happen.
won't. It
It
will
will.
not. No. It
You want to say
happened.
that again, Brandon?
It almost didn't happen.
How could
Which
it?
means it happened.
But it almost didn't.
If a pope craps in a tree, is a bear Catholic?
Yes,
If
obviously.
if a bear craps in the woods, did he almost didn't?
But should he?
No! No!
Have you ever wanted to
I
have as
was
much as good
there.
as well as you could done was?
I was there and I got knocked off by some douchebag who hit me.
First of all, that's mean. Second of all, wasn't me. Third of all, good luck.
Oh jeez, I'm freaking under this thing now. It was a bad decision.
Oh! Nailed
Come
it.
on, Jeremy. I believe in you.
Let me just do one of those.
What? John?
I'm in like
What?
exactly
I'm
the
sorry.
same spot.
Shot.
I'm sorry,
Did you see
what
that,
was
Brett?
that?
What
Did you see
happened?
that,
yeah.
Brett?
What happened?
John-
I'm gonna save that clip.
John was like back behind like with the humps like in the middle and hit it straight into the hole.
Wow.
John wins.
He Bruce Lee'd that shit.
Well, John lost. Brett won. Brett won by like 30.
No, John has the high score.
I'm a unicorn.
I am the unicorn wizard.
You said that with such a strong, like, weird accent that I thought you said I am Ewan McGregor.
I am Ewan McGregor.
Hello there.
What about the movie where he does a lot of heroin and he steals a bunch of money
I would
What?
love to.
and then he
What?
says he's gonna be a good guy after that?
What? What are you talking about?
Yeah, it was a good movie.
What are you talking about?
It was another movie he was in.
What movie?
I don't remember.
Okay, guys, I'll be back.
I've literally only seen Ewan McGregor in Star Wars and that Winnie the Pooh thing.
He was in a movie where he did a bunch of heroin.
I would Google it, but I don't want to Google Ewan McGregor does a bunch of heroin.
And then there was like a baby and he felt bad for it. And then he like stole a bunch of money, but then there was this one guy that was like really nice and didn't deserve it, so he like left him a little
What
bit.
movie is this?
And then he
Aren't
was
you
like,
talking about Toy Story 4?
and he was like, I'm gonna now stop doing heroin and like be such a good person that your mom is gonna like me.
What movie is this?
Starting to think Jeremy's making it up.
I'm
starting
not.
I'm starting to think he's just trying to find a really weird way to describe midichlorians in episode 1.
No. It's not
That
the
would
freaking.
be really funny if that's what you were doing.
No, it's a real
He
movie.
found this poor kid and he felt bad for him and decided to be a good guy and make his mom fall in love with him. And I'm like, that could be Anakin.
I'm Googling it.
But he wasn't doing. Oh wait,
Yeah. If you just replace heroin with midichlorians, it all makes sense.
Train Spotting is what it's called.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know that movie.
never.
Do
heard of
you?
it.
Because I feel like Ewan
I do.
McGregor and heroin should have been enough to trigger that, because it's what the whole movie was about.
I didn't say I've seen it, I said I know it. Big difference.
Big difference.
I think that you may mean you've heard the name of it before, because
I meant I know its existence.
all it is Ewan McGregor and heroin. That is it. So if you even knew the slightest thing about the movie, you would know Ewan McGregor and heroin.
No, it's midichlorians.
It's heroin.
It's heroin. See, I thought he was doing an Arl Knots thing.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not doing an Arl Knots thing. It's funny that that was.
me flesh.
It's funny that that's a thing too, though. Just like a funny crossover point.
Oh,
What are midichlorians anyway? It's heroin.
Yeah, and then
heroin.
there's another movie where he just does heroin the whole time.
Yeah, it's Star Wars.
except Qui-Gon's the one that said it's heroin.
Well, yeah, but Obi-Wan did heroin too.
I still don't believe that this movie is real.
It's real.
Train Spotting. Go watch it.
I
Is it a
don't
good
have
movie?
time to watch movies.
I thought it was good.
Train Spotting, 1996. Heroin addict Mark Renton, Ewan McGregor, stumbles through bad ideas and sobriety attempts with his unreliable friends.
You lost me in the 90s.
1996.
Name one movie that was good in 1996.
Let me see what movies came out in 1996.
Train Spotting.
Dang it!
Alrighty. Hello.
Set the bar too
Scream.
low. Hello, John.
James and the Giant Peach.
Oh, that was
Is that a
good
Tim
one.
Burton film?
Twister.
I like
Again,
that
I
one.
said name a good movie from 96, not a movie.
Twister was
James
good.
and the Giant Peach.
Sent some ping pong balls up into a tornado. It was pretty sweet.
How about The Crow?
Never seen it. The
Are we gonna
silence is
play
concerning.
another round?
Yeah, I was just waiting on John to get back.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
3, 2, 1, go.
Aladdin and the King of Thieves, 1996.
Again, I
Haha.
said name a good movie, not a
That's
movie.
a great movie.
It's the best Aladdin movie.
It's the best Aladdin movie. Aladdin and the King of Thieves is way better than Aladdin 1 and 2.
They get to
Like, by
slap
far.
some stuff with a metal hand.
I only watched Aladdin because Robin Williams was in it.
He's in the third one, too.
I
Collisions
guess I'll have to watch the third one then.
is no longer on.
I turned him off. Yeah, I turned him off. Hole in Juan!
Huh!
Brandon, your ball is naked.
So it is.
Oh, John, you should have gotten a 4. Or Jeremy.
Is that what you wanted? Me or
Well, I'm
Jeremy?
just saying, well, then it would have been a score of 1, 2, 3, 4.
You wanted me or Jeremy.
Well, yeah, because Brett had 1, I had 2, you both had 3. If one of you had gotten 4...
Those are your terms, eh, Brett?
Mm-hmm.
You want mine
Have
or
them.
Jeremy's balls in your court?
Yeah.
Yep, that would be an even trade.
Exactly.
I lose all my things and you get all of them. Even trade.
Yes. Hunchback of Notre Dame and Space Jam both came out in 1996.
Alright, you had me at Space Jam.
Yep.
I went to
Crap.
preschool in 1996.
Space Jam, in hindsight, is not that good.
It's the best.
It's kind of
It's
terrible.
Maybe
Pretty good.
I don't remember it at all.
maybe hindsight is not that good.
Yeah, because Space Jam is one of my top 15 favorite movies.
Have you guys ever seen Like Mike? That's the one basketball movie I remember from childhood.
No.
No? I remember that movie more than Space Jam.
I did not use any power, and I got rewarded.
Yeah.
Coach Carter, that's another good basketball movie. It's a great basketball
Oh,
movie,
stop
actually.
touching me there. You're not my dad.
Oh boy.
Just right out of bounds.
Where is the hole?
You know,
Come
that's
over
a
and I'll show
question
ya.
all men ask.
Well,
Except me, because I don't know what that... Never mind.
I see.
Alright, a little more. A little more will do it. There we go.
Found the
I
hole.
believe at you. Oh,
Oh, hang on.
a little
I'll get
more.
it.
A movie with Gary Busey and Billy D. Williams called Steel Sharks came out in 1996.
That sounds like something I want to see right now.
I know. Lawnmower
Why?
Man 2, Beyond
Because it
Cyberspace.
sounds terrible.
Yeah.
What? I've never understood the fascination with watching terrible films.
You've done it with us all the time. And
I know.
You've laughed your head off at them. You get it.
I have, but now I don't understand it.
That's all it is. It's just like watching somebody fail at doing something and laughing at them. You get it.
And in this case, that
Brett,
thing they're
like
failing
me.
at is filmmaking.
When you're watching me doing anything, and you laugh all the time, just like that.
Escape from LA. It's actually
Yeah.
a good movie.
That's what
At
John
least
needs.
I think so. The
Yeah,
first
dude, I
Mission
need that.
Impossible.
Never seen it.
John should check that movie out for some instruction.
Cable Guy.
Not Larry the Cable Guy, just regular Cable Guy.
The Cable Guy. It's a Jim Carrey
The-
movie, 1996. Black
I
Sheep
remember that
came
movie.
out in 1996.
Wait, what is this search? What are these movies?
Movies that
Brett
came out in
said-
1996.
Brett said, name a good movie that came out in 1996.
And Brandon has
lot.
only named one.
Black Sheep.
Again, you still only named one.
You don't like Black Sheep?
Tommy
Cable
Boy was
Guy's
better.
good.
Well, yeah, but Black Sheep was still good.
Not as good as Tommy Boy.
That doesn't mean it's not good.
In my opinion, it does.
So Brett is one of those people that is like, there is the best, and there's all the rest of the things that are just all bad.
That's what I was raised with. If you're not first, you're last. I have that ingrained on the inside of my colon.
There are people like that in our server that will like
Yeah.
talk about other people and like how good they are at like fighting in Elden Ring and stuff, and it's like they just say like, oh, that person sucks, they're like terrible, and I'm like, I know for a fact that they don't suck. They might not
Well,
be
yeah,
as
but
good
I,
as you.
I fought them once and I beat them. That means they suck.
Yeah, that's exactly the logic.
Ha! Went too far.
Oh,
There's a movie with a monkey on the poster called Dunstan Checks In that came out in 1996.
What? Another movie we have to see.
Yeah.
Still one of the best quotes from a bad movie night with Brett. A quote from a movie is, "With the power of Almighty
Yes.
God and this map."
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Abraham Lincoln versus zombies.
Hmm. Emancipate this.
Hilarious
As he
movie.
cracks a zombie in the skull with a freaking like
Scythe.
woodcutter's axe.
All right. Brett,
Oh yeah,
Name
with a scythe.
Brett,
Okay.
name another year that didn't have any good movies.
1814.
I'll give you that.
Honestly,
was your argument
Boom!
Brandon,
Agree.
that every year had good movies?
I said name a year that didn't have any good movies. No good movies.
But what's like the reason for that question? That every
because
year
Brett
had
said
good
that
movies?
there wasn't a single good movie from 1996, and then I proved him wrong. So I'm saying name another year that didn't have any good movies.
yeah, Brandon wants to
2024.
prove him wrong again.
Oh, God.
Okay,
Just
actually, you
by
know what? No,
virtue
no, no.
of
How
it
about?
hasn't happened yet.
All right. How about this? 1963.
1963. I can do that.
It's probably the year that like some freaking legendary film came out.
The Lord of the
Casablanca or
Flies.
Okay, well, definitely off to a bad start here.
The Pink
For you.
Panther.
Oh,
Wait, which one? Which
The
one?
first one.
Damn it!
is that the Steve Martin one?
No, that's the
No, it's the good one.
kidding,
It's
I'm
the good one.
Okay. Cleopatra, Lord of the
Everyone's like
Flies,
2010
Pink Panther.
or something.
Yeah, the visceral reaction everyone freaking had when you're like, "Oh, see Martin."
That's like
Russia
obviously the
with Love.
2010 one.
Yeah.
The original Nutty Professor with Jerry Lewis.
Isn't
There
that
was
Eddie
an
Murphy?
original.
Yes, and it's so much better.
I've
Eddie
never seen
Murphy.
either.
How can it be better than a black?
Quite easily, actually.
All right, name another year.
Um,
Fuck.
we'll do
I can name a year.
89.
1989. Okay.
That sounds like a good movie
No.
kind of year.
He said
Batman.
89.
Right, but
the,
I mean,
the original
I'm not
Tim Burton Batman.
right, but I'm not going to include the greatest movie of all time because that's just not fair. So, like, what else?
Back to the Future Part 2.
All right, you know what? 89 was just a good year.
Indiana
I'll
Jones
admit
and
that.
The Last Crusade. Stephen King's Pet Cemetery. Dead Poets Society.
Okay, that's a
on
bad
my
one.
List, actually.
That's a great
Oh,
one.
really? That's on my list.
The
To
Little
watch.
I thought it was
Mermaid.
boring.
Oh.
God, all right. A lot of good
89
movies
was a
there.
good year.
Is the Little Mermaid a
The-
good movie? Well,
I could hear the window shutdown noise going from John's mic.
Dun, 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 dun.
What the hell was even
is the
that?
Little Monday a good movie? No, not.
The Little Monday.
I hope that's what tomorrow is. Just a little Monday.
Oh,
Scheisse.
jeez.
Yeah, blow me. Yeah. Right there.
Weird Al had a movie called UHF that came out in 1989.
I'm not gonna say the abbreviation for that because John might get offended.
Ultra high frequency.
Go ahead. I'm not offended.
You high faggot.
Oh. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, 1989.
Never seen it.
You should.
I have only seen one movie with, I don't remember his name, but John Wick.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, that's the only Keanu Reeves movie I've ever seen is the original first
I haven't
John
even
Wick.
like seen The Matrix.
Nope. Don't
You
really
could
care
go
to
with that,
either.
Honestly.
What the heck?
The Matrix were better than the John Wick movies. John Wick movies were just like...
Hard disagree.
I thought the John
Huh?
Wick movies were excellent, or at least the first one, really good.
I liked them,
Yeah,
but
John
they were
Wick-
just like...
John Wick is amazing because it knows
Yeah.
exactly what it is and it doesn't pretend to be anything else.
I
The,
mean,
Ma- the
I don't-
Matrix is so pretentious. It is
so
so
does
stuck up its own
freaking
ass.
Sharknado.
I watched The Matrix like recently. I'm not like an old
Yeah.
buff or whatever.
Sharknado
You're not
knows
Drew.
exactly what it is and doesn't try to pretend to be anything else.
I know, I wouldn't say it's better than The Matrix. Because of
Well,
that.
I would.
Well, no, but John Wick
I-
is.
Yeah.
By
Field
the
of Dreams
definition,
came
Shrek
out
2
in
is
89.
better than The
Types.
Matrix.
I like The Matrix.
I liked it
I
too.
like it, but it's not like.
I don't
it's
think
just-
John
it's
Wick was
way
better.
overrated.
John Wick was like an action movie. I think it was a great action movie, but I don't think it's better than The
Yeah.
Matrix.
Exactly.
It's
You
a
know,
probably-
great action movie.
It's probably
You know
the
the
best
guy
action
who-
movie we've had since like the 80s, but at the same time,
Yeah.
it's just shooting still.
You know the
yeah,
guy
it's,
who
I wouldn't. I'm not a.
the guy who wrote
10-year-old.
and directed the John Wick movies was the like action director and stunt coordinator on all the Matrix movies.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves is the main actor who was in
Yeah.
the same.
I don't know what
I
that
didn't-
proves other than just
I don't
that
know who Keanu Reeves is, but he sounds like a good actor.
it's not like
John
the
Keanu-
Prove anything,
it's
that's
not like
just a
the
cool... I
freaking
wasn't trying to
stunt
prove
coordinator.
Anything, that's just a cool piece of trivia.
Yeah.
Wasn't
You
trying to
you
prove
said it
anything.
in such a point provey kind of way.
All right, let's try
Like that was
1983.
like that was
Did
meant
you
to
know
make me
Keanu
reconsider.
Reeves was...
No, we got to do
Yeah.
69.
Okay, I did 1983, Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, I was gonna
Terrible
say.
movie.
Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa! It's better than anything Disney has done for Star Wars since taking over.
I'm kidding.
There, I said it.
Monty Python's The Meaning of Life, 1983.
Never seen it.
You should.
I've only seen Holy Grail.
Superman 3.
I haven't seen any Monty Python.
I
Oh,
also
National
haven't seen
Lampoon's
Monty
Vacation.
That's a pretty good one. That's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen.
Okay, what was the year you said, Brett?
69.
69, nice.
Yeah, that's when Brian Adams was having a real good time.
So good, he wrote a song about it.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
That one's actually a really good movie.
Yeah, right? The original True Grit. The Italian
did I-
Job.
The what?
I've seen The Italian Job. Or the newer one, I guess.
What? What is happening here?
What? You're just naming yours with a bunch of really good movies?
I'm just shooting my ball in a random direction, and I end up in water.
Oh yeah, that'll happen on this map right
I
here.
guess I probably shouldn't aim towards the water then.
That might help.
Yeah.
Aim towards the hole.
Which
for the
one?
advice, John.
There's like 3,
Oh.
if we're excluding the belly button.
John,
Jeremy.
you may start getting challenges soon.
Ho ho.
What?
That Jeremy said John, and John said Jeremy, so I said
Oh.
Brandon.
Brett.
Yeah, I'm included.
What kind of challenges am I gonna start getting?
Just for that
Special
rank that you have.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Just brush me there.
Eh.
That's what she said.
Why is that gate closing sound like so close? It sounds like it's right
John,
next
how
to
did
my
you
ears.
do that?
I don't know.
Speaking of a gate closing, Brandon, how's your cat?
I don't see the connection. She's fine.
Is there a gate closing on your cat?
Well, when I think of a gate closing, I for some reason think of the child safety gates, which makes me think of a time when I had a family friend who had a dog and they used a child safety gate. And I was like, I don't really like dogs, I like cats. And I remembered Kylie's cat, and I was like, I don't like that one, but I like Brandon's cat. So I asked Brandon how his cat was doing.
Ah. Makes sense. You hi, faggot. Or whatever you say.
You're not wrong. Well, you are, but you're not. You know what I mean.
I have no idea. I miss bouncy places like this. I haven't had too
Me
many
too.
experiences at places like that. It's not fair. I want to go back to being a child and not be fat and poor.
Whoa. That went a couple different places.
I want to go
that's
back
it.
to
That's really it,
1995.
isn't it? That's really it, isn't it? Like,
Brett, you
when
weren't
you're a
alive.
kid.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Like, come on, Jeremy had a great experience. Like,
Right.
parents were mildly, like,
Yeah,
okay
I
with
was
money, and
only
he
poor.
was, he was slim.
Yeah, we were only poor.
Yeah, and if you're slim and poor, at least you suit it. Like, it's like that person's poor.
Yeah.
And then when I
Gosh.
see a fat person who's poor, it's like, you're eating all you're making, so shut up about
Yeah.
being poor.
Stop eating
Yeah.
all your parents' money.
Exactly. Especially because money does not taste very good.
Alright, which one is it? Tell us, Brett.
You can
left
literally
and right.
look to the left and find out. They tell you which hole to go in.
It also doesn't change, so like,
Yeah.
if you just know it, you know it.
So So which one is it?
Look.
Look to the left
That was
or
to
the
the
right. There's 3 knights, and one of them is holding up his sword.
And there's a light.
Never understood Asians.
Okay.
Also, you said it never changes. The first 2 were a ball, and this one was a pin.
No,
Or
I
did it
meant
change?
the one it is doesn't change. So like the
Between,
first one,
like-
the first one was the ball, and the third one is the peg, and they will always be that.
Mm-hmm. They will always be pegged.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect the map to be.
I did.
This game is well detailed, but I don't know if they would do that.
Oh. Oh. Also, John, I have a bone to pick with you.
Oh.
Pick it.
Pick it.
I don't want to now.
Well, I was trying to make it as. All right, go ahead.
Anywhere. Yeah, I have been craving Howlin' Rays for a good, like,
Oh yeah.
few weeks, and I can't get anything even remotely slightly decent to it.
Howlin'
Like-
Rays is just phenomenal.
So you're telling me there's a chance
There was always
cl-
a chance.
Well, yeah.
of you guys coming here again?
There was always a chance.
Yeah.
You got to come to Florida at some point, but
And
Oh, yeah.
Bring
Illinois.
Howlin' Rays with me to Florida. The conversation is about Howlin' Rays, what I have here to offer.
I gotta take
Offer
you to
me a
Dixie
Howlin'
Grill.
Rays.
John,
I'm not
you can
going
meet
to
your
a gay
first
place.
Illinois crackhead if you visit me in Illinois.
John
It's a
has met-
wonderful experience.
John has met LA crackheads. I think he's had enough.
Has John seen a 80-year-old
Probably has.
man
All
take
has.
off his shirt, pull his meth pipe out of his shoe, dump it out in our parking lot, to then fill it up with marijuana, smoke it, throw it on the ground, take off his pants, and then run towards the police station?
I've seen a homeless man changing in front of me, like with his butt out. Hang on, I'm getting a phone call.
With his
Is that what they
butt
call it?
out. Hang on.
I'm getting a phone call.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing compares to Florida druggies, though.
No,
Well, yeah.
Florida
man is
crackheads
Florida man.
are- yeah.
Exactly. Like
They're their own breed.
that's insanity, but that's like it's like yeah, that's what a meth head would do, you know?
No,
It's
if you
meth
get
head
like
stuff.
if you get like a 52-year-old homeless dude on Flocka, like it doesn't get weirder than that, you know?
You're gonna get some headlines.
Yeah.
Florida man.
Yep.
Exactly.
Most
Who
of
would
those
win in a
Florida
fight?
men, most of those Florida man headlines, they were on Flocka, I guarantee it.
Alright, Brandon, who would win in a fight? Man, bear, pig? Or meth head on Flocka?
Guys, it's super cereal.
Excelsior!
Honestly, I think a meth head on Flocka, I think Florida man on Flocka would beat Man Bear Pig.
Oh, sink me in, Dad.
Oh,
Straight in the hole. You will die. No. Okay.
Oh!
Oh, Jeremy did what I did.
Beautiful!
Sank it in there.
I did.
Alright.
We
That
have
was
had
my
this
time, you
order of the
guys.
four of us for all of them
Aw.
so far.
I gotta go.
Oh,
I can't swim.
Aww.
Good night.
Good
John,
night.
it was nice knowing you.
good
Me
night.
too. Wait, no, it wasn't.
Wait.
I hated knowing me.
Good
Alright, I'll see you guys.
See ya.
See ya.
I really like this Instagram page called Only in Palm Beach. I don't know if either of you have seen it.
I've seen it.
It's just things that people in Palm Beach are doing,
It
and
reminds me of the 217 Problems Facebook page from back home.
but it's like way crazier.
Yeah, because it's people of Palm Beach, not
Right.
people of the 217.
I want to see if there's something on there that I could send to Brett.
If you could, if you could buy any musical thing, just like forget about price, forget about like whether or not you currently have the ability to use it. If you could buy any musical thing, what would you buy?
That's
Triple rectifier amp head.
Care to elaborate?
They're really good and really expensive.
Well, like I don't know what an amp head is. That's what
Oh.
I mean.
it's like a mini amp,
No, it's
kinda.
so you know how like a combo amp has like the amplifier speaker in it and
Oh,
also
so if
has
you
like
just
all
get
the
an amp
knobs.
that's if you get an amp that's just like an amplifier and then you can run it through an amp head that has all the effects and stuff on it.
Yeah, and you can like a combo amp is an amplifier and an amp head combined. That's why it's called a combo amp.
Okay.
But if you have just the cabs, you can like combine different heads and cabs and get different sounds.
Okay, so you'd get just a really good, really expensive amp head.
Yep, and then probably get some Orange Crush cabs.
Brett?
Does it have to be an instrument, or is it just
Nope.
anything music
I
related?
said a musical anything.
Um, I guess a. I think as far as something of sentimental value, I would say a signed CD of Weathered.
Ooh, okay.
But if it was something that I would genuinely just like love to have, um, oh gosh,
Man, I wasn't thinking about like
talent.
I wasn't thinking about memorabilia. That's actually a really interesting take on the question.
Yeah,
I would. Oh, geez, probably.
I would also like to go with like a complete record collection of all the things that I currently like.
I'd If we're doing memorabilia, I would want a signed 2112 on vinyl. If we're going anything, I want, and I really freaking want, a Hatsune Miku pedal.
Oh my gosh.
Do you know what that is, Jeremy?
Yeah.
I I want one of those so badly. They're just so funny.
Feeling spunky.
I'm trying to find a picture of what I would want if my phone would freaking load absolutely anything.
Jeremy, you almost had it.
Huh. In.
Nice.
Have you guys seen that Gordon Ramsay like pancake making edit.
Yes. Yes. You don't even need to say any more than that. It is disgusting.
I'll send it to Brett then. I just like when he starts like pointing at the magazine is like, I want that.
Send it to the core.
Okay. I'm going to send a picture of the guitar I want. Because it is a one-of-one custom guitar.
Okay. Ew. I see. That's a PRS. Approved.
Ooh, all
It's
right.
a guitar that PRS made specifically for Mark for the Fortress album.
And Mark Tremonti is just such a beast at everything.
Mm-hmm. Vocals, guitar, writing.
Being Brett's GTA character.
No, that's I have the great value version.
Yeah.
See, it's like everybody like gives Creed so much crap and like hating on Creed as a meme, and every single ounce of it is because of Scott Stapp's terrible vocals.
He's not terrible.
He's a good singer, but I wish he just like sang normally.
He's weird, but he's good. It's just a
He's-
style. It was a very
he's-
popular style at the time.
He's from the generation of alt rock singers where they all wanted to sound like Eddie Vedder, and it's just the worst. But my point is, nobody complains about the music. It's just like ha ha, and that's what the vocals sound like. So if Creed was, I don't know, Alter Bridge, just the same band with the same music, but a different, more palatable singer, how much bigger would they have been, I wonder?
I don't know
How
if they
much
would have
better
been.
remembered would they have been, I wonder?
Well, it's funny because Alter Bridge is one of the most successful rock bands that isn't Metallica that's
It's
still
Creed
performing
with a different
today.
singer. It's Creed with a different singer.
But Creed still has twice the financial and record success as Alter Bridge.
Yeah, so that's why I changed the question from how much bigger to how much better remembered.
Right.
Would they be
I don't know, honestly,
would they
because
be
Scott
would they be a
Stapp,
late 90s Nirvana or
while being like easy to make fun of, was also a huge part of their sound, and like he contributed to songwriting, and
I
like they wouldn't have had the same music.
I genuinely believe that if Alter Bridge tried to write songs like Creed, it wouldn't even be close to successful. I think
that's
Creed
fair.
Creed is special because it's Creed. I think if you try to change anything, not because it's perfect, it's like Nirvana. You don't change anything from Nirvana, whether or not you like it or not. You just don't change it because that would just completely change the entire dynamic of it.
I so wish that like maybe a producer or somebody had just said like, hey, maybe that style of singing's not going to be so hot in 10 years and nobody's going to like your stuff anymore because it sounds so outdated.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? Same thing with me.
It's like,
They did Brandon, which is why they did Weathered,
but he still sounds like that on Weathered.
but a lot less often.
So,
And then when they
because-
got back
because-
together, Scott changed his vocals again. But
I feel like
Mark
I like
didn't-
Full Circle more than most Creed fans.
I mean, Full Circle is probably my third favorite album of theirs.
They had 4.
I know. I know. But I
That's
also am a
my
firm
thought too.
believer. I am
That was my
also a firm
third
believer
favorite.
that
That was my third. So your second least favorite.
I don't think they've ever had a bad album, or they ever made a bad album.
What's
See,
your least favorite?
My least favorite is probably Human Clay,
that's a hot
which
take.
is their biggest.
I was gonna say
I,
all the hits were on Human Clay.
for me, Weathered is number one because I had more sentimental value with Weathered. And then number two is My Own Prison because it's just different. Like,
Okay.
My Own Prison Creed is very different than any other of the albums.
It
It
is.
is.
And then the heaviness and the change of layout in the album, I think, makes Full Circle my third favorite. And then my least favorite is Human Clay because I've heard every single song on there so many times.
So it's
You
not
want to
because
know?
it's a bad album. It's because you're
Yes.
overexposed to it.
Yes.
You want to know something really funny?
What? Birdie.
When I was a kid, and still honestly, one of my favorite songs from My Own Prison was "Pity for a Dime."
Great song.
But when I was a kid, I thought he was saying a penny for a dime, and I was like, that's not a good trade. Why would you do that?
That's an even trade.
That's a fair trade. That's a
Even
fair
trade.
trade.
You traded a coin for a coin. That's an even trade.
It's like, bro, why would you take a penny for a dime? That's like the worst financial decision. You're just losing money.
Oh, because I needed a penny, but I had a dime, so I just traded it. Oh,
I'll
heck.
take a penny for a dime. Yeah.
I am behind a pole. I am a stripper.
Oh gosh.
Full power!
So,
Yeah.
because you mentioned Metallica earlier, Brett,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Saint Anger has many, many, many problems.
Yes.
Um,
Lucy's the worst, though.
well, I was gonna say, for me, Saint Anger's biggest problem is that it is, like, so obviously an album from that time period.
Yeah.
Like,
Have you-
ignore the terrible snare tone, like, just like the guitar tones and the song structure and the lyrical style, and there are no guitar solos in it.
No.
Like, it is so dated to exactly that time period. It's another, like, I wonder how much better remembered it would be if they had just tried to make a Metallica album instead of making like a 2002 metal album, you know?
Oh, come on.
Is that the year that was?
I thought it was
2003.
03, yeah.
It was 03, yeah.
Okay.
But, you know, the point stands. It's like the song structure and the guitar tones and the lyrical style, there are no guitar solos. Like, I don't know
Yeah,
if
it's
they
not
were, I don't know if-
Metallica.
I don't know if they were trying to trend chase, but it certainly comes off as it.
Right.
So if they had just had a producer in there to say, hey, Lars, tighten up that snare tone,
Well-
maybe make the guitars a little less crunchy, let's throw in a couple solos, maybe it'll be more of a Metallica album and people would remember it more fondly.
To be fair, one, Lars wrote a majority of that album because he wanted more creativity over album control. Two, Metallica has been trying to be as successful as possible since the Black Album, and so they've just gone with whatever trends were available at the time.
The Black
Hence
Album
load
was
and
both
reload.
the Black Album was both the best and worst thing that ever happened to them.
Exactly. Master of Puppets launched them, and then they came out with the Black Album, and that solidified them as a absolute legend of a band, and then they
So
capitalized on it with Hot Garbage.
So what's the best Metallica album?
Ride the Lightning.
Well, I'm a firm believer that Megadeth is better, but I think if I had to pick one, I honestly haven't listened through I think the only full Metallica album I've listened to is probably the Black Album, but I'm gonna say Ride the Lightning.
Okay. For me, I think the great songs on Master of Puppets are better than the great songs on Ride the Lightning, but Ride the Lightning is song for song the better album.
I concur.
And I know you just said Megadeth is better for you.
Mm-hmm.
Metallica's first three, Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets. You should
Yep.
listen to them because you cannot go wrong.
I've heard enough to know that I can.
What does that mean?
It's the same style of music as Megadeth. It's just the earlier sound.
I just don't like what Metallica does.
The same thing Megadeth does.
Okay, let me
the exact same thing Megadeth
let
does.
me
Dave
let me
Mustaine
let me
got his
I know
start
I know
in
I know I know
Metallica.
I know. Let me give you an example. AC/DC's Hell's Bells starts with a beautiful bell tone and has a soft guitar tone that carries through the rest of the song. If Metallica had done that for Ride the Lightning, or whatever the song was, I don't remember, For Whom the Bell Tolls, if they had done that for Whom the Bell Tolls, it would be their best song. But because they didn't, they just Metallica-ized it by just heavy riffs 24/7 all the time, it kills the song for me.
I'm sorry, that's one of the worst takes I've ever heard on anything. For Whom the Bell Tolls is a masterpiece.
It is, but if it had started slower, I think it would be much better.
It started with a Cliff bass solo.
Doesn't the intro to For Whom the Bell Tolls take like a freaking eternity to get through already?
That's another thing too, is Metallica just takes so long to get the song going.
Wait, so is it too slow or is it too fast? I don't.
Yeah.
Metallica is...
Well, you just said that For Whom the Bell Tolls would be a better song if it had a slower, better paced out, not fast start, and then you also said that it takes so long to get into it that it's worse for it. So, like, which is it?
It's both.
Does
Metallica
it need to be
is...
slower or does it need
they
to be faster?
They play the same guitar riff and drum beat for 2.5 minutes, and then change it slightly, and then start the song. Whereas, For Whom the Bell Tolls, it should have been more of like a more melodic guitar tone or bass tone, something melodic, and then you carry it into the Cliff Burton bass opener, and I think that
I've just got to say I've never heard anybody say that Metallica would have been better if they would have been more like AC/DC. That is such a weird take.
just for that song. It's funny because Mom and Dad both agree with me, and they hate AC/DC.
My thing with AC/DC is, like, they've made one song for 50 years, and it's like a pretty good 7 out of 10 song, but it's the one song, you know?
Yeah.
Also, I don't know either of the singers' names, but the first one that died was, like, way better, and the band kind of died with him, in my opinion, even though all their biggest hits were after him.
Scott or Johnson, one of the two.
Yeah, Bon Scott.
I think Bon Scott was the first one, yeah.
Yeah. Much better singer, much better songs. The band actually had, like, kind of a unique sound and identity with him, and then when he died, it was just, like, generic stadium blues rock.
Well, that's not even an opinion, that's just a fact.
I was about to give him, like, an epic nickname since we didn't know his name, but then you guys had to go and figure it out.
Sorry?
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, we'll call him Peep Wimbledon.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, man.
So, Brett, every complaint that you just listed about Metallica, is like word for word, complaint for complaint, how I feel about Megadeth and why I think Metallica is better than Megadeth.
I mean, that's opinions are opinions for a reason,
No, I know. It's just it's funny. It's like the same drum beat and the same guitar riff for 2 minutes, and then they switch it up like slightly in a 10-minute song, and the
Yeah.
lyrics are weird and the vocals are cringy, and
I
and
think
I
for
like
me,
Megadeth. I think like Symphony of Destruction and the whole Peace Cells album is like a metal masterpiece, but
oh yeah, for me, when I think of Megadeth, I think of better written out riffs. Because when I think of Metallica riffs, it's the same notes on repeat over and over and over again. Whereas like Tornado of Souls, for instance, um,
see,
that opening riff changes a couple times.
I'm not expecting you to like get into and like dig and love like the full 8.5, 9 minutes of Harvester of Sorrow, but if you listen to, oh gosh, I don't know, if you listen to Creeping Death or Fade to Black and just think that they're strumming one note over and over again, like you're not listening closely enough.
Well, I'm not meaning those songs. I don't know. I can't think of any Metallica songs off the top of my head, but um,
After Cliff
I don't know.
died, like the Black Album is certainly like that. It's why I don't like it.
Well, yeah,
But
that's what I meant earlier too. Whenever I said after the Black Album, it was just a bunch of crap. Which Spencer and I have had several debates about.
I feel like we're just kind of leaving Jeremy in the dust here. So
Well, I don't like either of them, so
yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're having a conversation that Jeremy has zero stake in.
yeah, I could
So
get into that, but I feel like I'd just be met with a lot of general disagreement.
All right, I have a take then that Jeremy can probably get involved with, and this is just my opinion.
well, we can talk about it.
Boston is 10 times the band Nirvana ever was.
Boston.
I
Yes.
hate Boston.
I'm not a huge fan of Boston either, but I
I hate-
personally think they are a lot better than Nirvana.
I
I
love
hate
Nirvana.
Boston. I hate Boston, and I hate Nirvana, and I disagree with you about as much as possible.
How do you hate Nirvana?
I just
It's lazy.
It's not lazy.
no, it's not. It's not. It's
To me,
like,
it just every Nirvana song I hear, it sounds like they're like, I guess we'll go to the recording studio. They played the first riff they heard and were like, yeah, that's good, and then just slapped
Well,
it on an
that's-
album, made a bunch of money, and
that's
had
not.
sex and kissed at the Grammys.
That's not true. That's not true.
That's
I
what
disagree.
it
It's
sounds
not-
like to me.
Well, it's
It's not
punk rock.
lazy,
It's gonna
it's
be
just
like a lot simpler.
I just don't. I don't really like grunge in general. I like a couple Soundgarden songs. I like a couple Alice in Chains albums, and I could leave the rest. Like I don't really like grunge all that much. And of all of the grunge bands that there were, I know Nirvana is the band that blew it up, but I think the rest of them probably did it better.
Exactly.
You have to kind of understand what the attitude of what they were doing at the time generally was, which is that the state of rock at the time was
Doo-doo.
it was like glam rock and Def Leppard's making like their
Yeah,
like pour some sugar on me style stuff, and it's getting like really poppy and really commercialized.
like look at hair metal in 1989 and 1990, and how bright and shiny and overproduced and corporate it all was, and grunge was a response to that. It was
Pretty much.
Yeah.
in my opinion, an overcorrection, but it was a correction.
And it's a lot of I kind of really heavily link like Nirvana and punk rock because there's a similar sound and there's also a very similar attitude. And I think one of the big sort of places that came to a head was with punk rock really taking off big time, and then there was this big attitude of like, I'm going to, even though I have all the resources I could need and a record label to make something good sounding, I'm still going to record an album in my bedroom and make it sound like garbage on purpose, and I'm still going to be just as famous as you while
Yeah.
making this trash.
Yeah, it
You
was the
know?
attitude.
Yeah.
And it's why bands in the 90s when grunge was blowing up, it's why bands that are just like complete and total nonsense noise rock stuff like, I don't know, the Butthole
Primus.
Surfers. Don't diss Primus.
Oh, I love Primus.
Primus is prog. That's a different thing.
Yeah, Primus is prog.
I don't know what that is.
Progressive.
Progressive.
It's Rush was a progressive rock band.
Yeah. Rush
And
like invented progressive rock.
yeah. And Deep Purple was a progressive rock band before them, and Dream Theater was a progressive rock band after them, progressive metal by that point. But that's what Primus is.
Roger Dodger.
But
Can't
so
be,
that's kind of what the sound with Nirvana was kind of motivated by, was this I'm not going to be commercialized kind of attitude.
Mm.
I'm gonna listen to some Foreigner.
I've been listening to Creed.
I
I've been
love
listening to the
Foreigner.
birds chirping in Candyland.
Yeah, I put Human Clay on because it's my favorite Creed album.
It's a pretty good one.
I
Beef
agree
is
with
here.
you. Oh, hey, Beef.
Yo.
I agree, Brett, that they didn't have a bad album, but I disagree with your order.
I mean, hey, you do you.
We're having musical debates. Beef.
Yeah.
Who's the master debater?
We have opinions and we're dishing them out. Okay, here, what's a band we all like?
Blink 182.
What's
You guys
Blink-182's
like
best
Blink
album?
182.
I mean, I thought that, Brett, until I keep hearing stories of you, like, playing F a dog for coworkers and stuff, and I'm
As
like,
a joke. I don't
well,
play it because I enjoy it. I play it because it's funny. And
that's
that's
what,
it.
Enjoy it.
that is all it's meant to be. It's not supposed to be, like, a good song.
Oh, well, I definitely don't listen to Blink 182 any other time.
You are fulfilling exactly what it is meant to be.
Mm.
A good time.
Let me scroll through Spotify and see who we all might like.
Ah!
I don't know. Brett's taste in music is really different than ours, Jeremy.
I like
Violent
literally
things.
every genre.
Okay, Breaking Benjamin.
I
What
wish they
is-
would. Okay,
What is Breaking Benjamin's best album?
that's a question.
Yeah.
Phobia.
Yeah, Phobia.
See, I couldn't pick between Phobia and Dear Agony if I had a gun to my head. I genuinely couldn't.
What
I
about a
could.
knife to your head?
Do we all like Asking Alexandria?
Mm-hmm.
Brett?
I like one of their older songs and two of their newer songs.
Okay, what about Beartooth?
No.
Okay.
And you can thank Kind for that.
Mm.
Jer probably knows why.
I mean, on a precise level, not exactly, but I can imagine.
Yeah.
A Day to Remember.
Yeah,
What is A Day to Remember's best album?
homesick.
Homesick.
Okay.
Some debate.
Also, not much of an argument there.
See, I think they had 3 perfect albums in a row.
They had a good
I,
track
th-
record
I think For Those Who
until
Have Heart, and then Homesick, and then What Separates Me From You are 3 albums that don't have a bad song.
they're great. And then they made Common Courtesy.
And then they made Common Courtesy, which is half great.
It's got a really good first 2 songs.
I actually really like Common Courtesy. But it's also nostalgia, because
Mm.
it was at a very interesting point in time.
It has a good first 2 songs, but like Sometimes You're the Hammer, Sometimes You're the Nail is great. Violence is great. Life Lessons
Love Violence.
Learn the Hard Way is great. The Document Speaks for Itself is great. And then the rest of it sucks.
One of my favorite bands is Complete Garbage.
Never heard of them.
Never heard of them.
What band is that, Beef?
Local H.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is. 1st of October.
You remember if you heard it.
1st of October, you can't judge them.
Okay, from first to last.
It's a challenge run band. From first to last,
Finally.
Dear
Finally.
Diary,
And you're not in the good one?
I don't care.
I know you are in the good one. Sorry, never mind.
Dear Diary is their best.
Okay.
Aesthetic is their second best.
I hate Aesthetic.
I can tell.
Sounds like garbage.
Sounds great.
I think Dead Trees is their best.
Oh, no.
I knew you would have that reaction.
It's not even
I
on the
love-
table.
I love Dear Diary, but Dead Trees is so good.
It's not even the same band.
It's the same band with a different singer.
Right. Just
Like,
like
Creed and Alter
freaking
Bridge.
Journey's first album was the same band with a different singer. But nobody cares.
I like Dead Trees. It's just good old-fashioned metalcore.
It is good. It's just not. It's not them. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't count.
Yes,
It's not
it
on the
totally
table.
does. It absolutely counts. Absolutely counts.
I would even count Make War more than that just because Sonny's back. Even though I hate Make War.
It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Okay.
But I was gonna say, from first to last, I would say top 3 would be, Dear Diary, Aesthetic, and then the self-titled with the TV album cover.
I love that album.
Mm.
It's not the same band, though.
It is. It's actually the original lineup.
It's not the same band because it's a different singer.
It's the same singer that was on Aesthetic, which is Matt Good.
It's not the same band. It's a different singer.
It is the same singer, actually.
It's a different singer from Dear Diary, which means it's a different band.
Not
That's what you
really.
said about Dead Trees.
Well, because they brought in this freaking singer from Periphery. Like, why? What does he matter? It's a different dude.
yeah, yeah, different singer, different band.
Completely different. Matt Good was always in the band. He was the original singer, and then Sonny, and then Matt Good again. And Matt Good also sang on Dear Diary a lot.
Okay, Memphis Mayfire.
Definitely their first album.
Um,
Since I know you actually have some stake in this one, Brett, I'm gonna let you answer.
Gee, thanks. Let me. I actually don't remember what all albums they've done.
I was just
Let me look at
saying I
their
know you care more
discography.
about this band than from first to last, so I don't want to say
Right,
anything until you do. What's with
right.
the sarcastic G thanks?
It's just the way you worded it was just kind of like, you actually
Brett,
know something about this, so I'll let you say something.
no, I said I know you have some stake in this, so I'm gonna let you talk.
Right. Um, I know what you meant. Yeah. Um, I think The Hollow,
Okay.
but Challenger is my favorite.
Okay.
Again, it's the same thing with Common Courtesy.
It's the beginning of
I
the
heard
end.
it I heard it at the perfect time for me
hmm
musically.
Challenger was the first album that I bought that had screaming in it.
Same.
But I think, I mean, honestly, I think their release order is best to worst. Sleepwalking, then Between the Lies, then The Hollow, then Challenger, then everything else sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pretty
Release
much.
order is also best to worst.
Agreed.
And all of it, including Challenger, is great. And then everything after. Just Challenger was the beginning of the end. Uh, like Jeremy said, much like Common Courtesy.
So, if it isn't clear to all people who may come across this, we're we were definitely freaking just like mall emos in
Yeah,
2010.
we were
Mhm.
mall emos in high school in 2010. Like,
That is not purple, thank you very much. That is red.
My Chemical Romance.
I don't like them.
I like individual songs,
Okay.
but if I were to pick an album, let me look at the songs that are on the albums really quick.
I know it's gonna be Three Cheers or Black Parade. I know you don't care about Danger Days.
Well, Jeremy does that. Let me ask you guys a question. What's the best Guitar Hero?
The best
Three,
Guitar Hero? Two.
Mhm.
three,
Two.
three.
Two.
I
It's a
agree
trick
with
question.
Jeremy.
None of them.
He's a rock band guy. Gotcha.
I think Rock Band 2 is better than any other instrument rhythm game. But Guitar Hero 2 is the best Guitar Hero.
You must have never played DJ Hero then.
No, I didn't. Alright, of Mice
Yeah,
and Men.
I would probably say Three Cheers, but I also see that there's a first album there that I haven't listened to ever, and I'm usually a first album kind of guy, so I'd want to try it.
That's an EP, a lot like Between the Lies was from Memphis Mayfire.
Well,
But by all means, check it out.
freaking Aesthetic is also an EP, and it's like my favorite thing that they've made almost. So
Yeah. Alright. Of Mice and Men, boys.
The Flood.
The Flood.
Alright, me
I
too.
I think The Flood, in my opinion, is one of the top 5 albums with screaming.
And I mean, like, their their first self-titled is it's amazing, obviously, like it's great, but
Yeah,
the
yes.
Flood is just
It's
like
got
it's a
Second and
step up.
Sebring, it's got Shady Glade, it's like,
You could literally
like...
just name the whole album.
I could, but the Flood.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Flood is just like even greater.
Ohio is not on fire.
The Flood... See, I said Dead Trees was just like good old-fashioned metalcore. The Flood is like... It's like the magnum opus of the whole genre for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it's probably in the top 5 best albums ever made in any genre ever. It's like, it's as good as the genre can possibly get. I don't know if that's a hot take, but
I would disagree there.
I don't think it's a hot take. It's definitely some of the best.
and if I said as good as the genre can get, I should have said about as good as the genre can get.
I think it's the best album in the genre, but
I
I
haven't
think if we're
heard-
doing
I haven't heard better, but I'm sure better is possible.
right, I mean, it's like when you find like your favorite food. Like, sure, there's probably better food out there, but like, this is your favorite.
Them chicken nuggies are slapping every day anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. How about... Here's an interesting one. Just because of the amount of albums, the amount of time, and the amount of different sounds. Rush. What's the best Rush album?
I gotta look. I've only heard 8 total Rush songs ever, so I'm just gonna look at the albums and guess.
Obviously,
I'm going to guess
Moving
that it's from-
Pictures
I'm gonna
is
guess
great.
that Brett. I'm gonna guess the songs that Brett knows are from. I'm gonna guess they're from Moving Pictures, and Permanent Waves. That's my guess.
You know what? I'm gonna pick Fly By Night just because I like the album cover.
That was their first album with Neil Peart. That's not a bad pick.
R.I.P.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Rip.
it's gotta be between 2112, Moving Pictures, and A Farewell to Kings.
Let me make sure I'm thinking of the album I'm thinking of.
I really can't go dividing down any further than those three.
Yeah. So for me, it's Caress of Steel, 2112, Farewell to Kings and Hemispheres. Those 4 in a row. If we're counting live albums, which I don't
We're
think
not.
we should, if we're counting live albums, then it's Exit Stage Left.
We are not counting live albums.
What are you whispering about, dude?
I'm trying to do math.
Uh-huh.
One of my closers sent me a list of the receipts from the closing drawers, and the math isn't adding up, but he's just an idiot.
Okay. Under Oath.
My answer isn't valid according to Kine.
What's
So
your answer?
Rapture.
Is that an Under Oath album?
Well, it's a song. I don't know the name of the album. It was from like 2018, I think.
Oh yeah, it's from Erase Me, which is
That's
their
it,
worst
yeah.
album.
It's the only Under Oath album that I've actually been able to listen to.
That's interesting. Like every
Yeah.
band that we've been talking about tonight, they invented the genre. Under Oath did.
Kinda.
We wouldn't have Of Mice and Men or Memphis Mayfire without Under Oath. We just wouldn't.
We might, but they
I
definitely
mean,
helped.
we would. It just wouldn't be the same.
But that's what I mean.
Um, but yeah, I feel like this conversation really just has to be between They're Only Chasing Safety and
Define the Great Line.
yeah, Define the Great Line.
Yeah. And I'm sure you pick They're Only Chasing Safety, and I'm sure I pick Define the Great Line.
What do you mean you're sure you pick like
Because of course we would disagree on this, is what I mean.
Okay. Well, it just is like, are you unsure what you would pick at this point still? But yes, I would pick They're Only Chasing Safety. Although, freaking, the changing of times is growing on me.
Really?
I wouldn't say it's as good as those, but it's definitely good.
I can't get past the vocals on that one.
Yeah, the vocals kind of suck. But at this
Dude's a
point,
good
I like
screamer, he
albums with much worse vocals.
Yeah. Dude's a good screamer, he just can't hold a note for longer than a second, and it gets annoying. That's my thing, but...
Yeah.
Like, when he's actually doing it, it's fine. He just can't do it other than, like...
It's
know?
just such a minor thing at this point.
Yeah.
Like, the crap I listen to has far, far worse things happening, and I'm still just like, yeah.
That is very true. That is very true. The music you listen to honestly kind of sucks sometimes.
It's great. It's amazing. It's just not the most musically adept at all times.
So, I've mentioned earlier, I don't know if you were streaming when I was talking about it, but like trying to figure out what bad music is and how do you define bad music and like what are some examples?
Mm-hmm.
Me just having such a like visceral negative reaction to some of the stuff you listen to and be like, and I'm thinking like, this is objectively terrible, that guy has obviously never picked up a guitar, how can anyone think this is good? And then you're like banging your head and you love it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, so there's obviously something. You know? That's what started me down this whole thing was like the fact that I just some of the stuff that you like genuinely makes my ears bleed and I don't get it.
It's
And
it's that like I know obviously that they don't have good like recording quality. The musicianship can be questionable. I'm not dumb. I can hear it.
but you still like it.
But it's seeing the idea through the mistakes, I guess. And being like, that's a good idea and I can connect with it and I can enjoy it and just kind of like look past the musicianship.
So see, when I hear, because I agree with you about like hearing the idea through the mistakes, but it makes it that much worse for me because I'm like, how good of a song would this have been if they knew what they were doing when they made it? You know?
I mean, just woulda, coulda, shoulda. Can't waste my time thinking about it.
It makes me sad. Because I'm listening to something and thinking, this could have been a great song.
I'll catch up with y'all later.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, I can't just, I don't know. It's not worth thinking about as far as I'm concerned.
Hey, this is a good song.
What song?
Torn.
That is a good song. Hey, this is where we had our freaking Tutankhamun ankle thing happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is kind of stiff today, not gonna lie.
This is what motivated me to want to play this today. Was seeing
My
his-
Tutankhamun ankle.
Yeah.
Oh, you can just F a cat.
Mm,
Wow.
I see.
Stop being mean. It hurts.
Speaking of terrible bands,
AC/DC.
no, just another band I like that I found.
Linkin Park?
Penfold.
Who?
Penfold.
I've never
Why
heard
does
of
that
them.
sound familiar?
It's like tenfold, but with a P. They have a song called Amateur Stranding that I like.
Let me listen to
It
it.
sounds like dowsing. I think that's why I like it, is because it just is like, oh, this sounds like dowsing.
What's dowsing?
Another
Good
band that I like.
They're actually good though.
They're all actually good, Brandon.
Not true.
You're just not there yet.
Not true, and I
You'll-
never will be.
You'll get there someday.
Dude, some of the awful, terrible things that I have found on my quest for bad music that I genuinely enjoyed. If I were going to be there, I would be there.
You'll get there.
Oh, that reminds me.
Right now, you just have the freaking like cognitive dissonance, and you'll get over that, and then you'll be there.
No, dude, there's like weird, 2-hour avant-garde piano noise stuff that I can barely call music that I have heard and loved. If I were going to be there, I would be there.
And that's the cognitive dissonance, is that you love that, and then you hear a genre that you do like, but kind of badly played and hate it. So, like, just, start punching down that dissonance a little bit, and then you'll be there.
I don't think I will. Being able to sing is kind of a deal breaker for me.
Until it isn't.
Oh God, this is terrible.
What?
The new Avenged Sevenfold song.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
was-
that's awful.
I'm glad you decided to listen to it with me on mic.
I'm 47 seconds in.
Listen to the whole song because there are like 7 switch ups and it might as well have been a handful of different songs, and some of them are better than others. Listen to the whole thing. But
Okay.
it's that part you're on is not good at all. Listening to M Shadows still try to sing like that makes me sad because he's obviously
Yeah.
like 47 and can't do it anymore. And he's still a good
But-
singer. He's just trying to sound like he used to.
But I like that he's not like doing what Paul Stanley does, where he acts like he can't do it. Like he knows he can't hit the same notes. He's still singing that same way, but he's not trying to hit the same stuff. And I like that. I respect that.
Yeah. I respect that M Shadows is doing the same thing in Avenged Sevenfold now.
Yeah.
But like when he'll, do some borderline scream gravelly stuff, I'm like, dude, you can't do that anymore. And not like you shouldn't be doing that at your age anymore. Like you physically can't do that anymore, and it shows.
Yeah. Makes you big sad.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jeremy when he runs out of Pop-Tarts.
That is a big sad.
It makes me yearn for the days of Waking the Fallen,
And the self-titled.
and the self-titled. Anything with the Rev, really.
Yeah,
Ah.
not
No,
Rev,
Rev, R-E-V, the Rev.
I had a stroke. Don't mind me.
You know their drummer.
I know who the Rev is.
That's just another band who had an integral member die way too young and just hasn't been the same.
I know another one, and that is
AC/DC,
Slipknot.
AC/DC, Slipknot, Avenged Sevenfold, Metallica.
Slipknot has sucked since Paul Gray died.
I disagree with that.
I do
I
too.
think
They sucked when he was around too.
That's no.
no, 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 no.
no.
I just think
I think
Slipknot.
they have the ability to be as good as they were when Paul Gray was alive, but they don't get there as often.
I
What?
don't like the direction the band went.
What do you mean? It's the same.
What?
It is, but
Corey Taylor and Clown did most of it. They still
I
do
know.
most of it.
I know. To me, it just seems like they're trying to be more relevant. Whereas when I think of Slipknot, it's, I don't care how popular we are, we just want to, do what we love and all that. If we get popular, cool. If not, whatever. But to me, it just sounds like they're trying way too hard.
I don't hear trend chasing when I hear new Slipknot stuff. I mean, again, it's just an opinion. This stuff is completely
Yeah.
subjective, but
Right.
I'm gonna
Like, Linkin Park is one of the worst bands ever.
hard disagree.
I think
I'm gonna-
Chester Bennington is the most overrated vocalist.
Hard disagree.
I'm gonna stop the broadcast just because we're arguing about music now. So,
Aw.
boom.